I'm Eric from Pulse Magazine, and you're watching UTRGV-TV.
Hi, my name is Andy Gutierrez, and you're watching UTRGV-TV.
My name is Alisa Lozano. I'm from Delta Psi Alpha Multicultural Co-ed Fraternity Incorporated, and you're watching UTRGV-TV.
Thank you for joining me on this week's UTRGV-TV edition. I am Kenya Gomez, and UTRGV-TV starts now. And on this week's top story, on December 2017, the Federal Commission voted to end net neutrality. How could this decision potentially affect our students? Our reporter Ileana Moreno went out to get the details.
The FCC chairman decided to repeal net neutrality rules, potentially changing the way that we use the internet forever. But what is net neutrality, and how will it affect us? Net neutrality is essentially the idea that internet service providers should treat all internet traffic the same on their network. This means that the companies that own the towers we use to access the web can't slow down or block data.
Well, I don't know much about it, but I don't think that you should have to pay to watch a YouTube video. I think it should be the same as it is, how it is now.
Because of this, internet content providers such as Facebook, Netflix, Twitter, or Google support net neutrality. Although watching a video on YouTube requires more bandwidth than opening an email, internet service providers aren't able to charge content providers more for using more bandwidth.
People who support net neutrality believe is that transport layer is so important and the access to the network and our digital economy is so important that that needs to be treated like a utility, like a power line, like a telephone system, that everyone has equal access. The people who do not want net neutrality believe the free market model where those lines are owned by the companies, and the companies can charge what they want for the services they want. Long term, it could affect the cost of what we pay to provide services, network services. I don't see that happen immediately, but as a consumer, it could immediately affect your costs for internet services. For example, under net neutrality, they have to treat all websites equal. Under a free market model, they might say, I'll give you a basic internet access, but if you want sports, I'll charge you extra for a sports package. Or it'd be much more like a cable TV model where it's segmented and you're charged for the different services you want. The best thing people can do is contact their congressmen and their representatives. Right now in the Senate, there are senators that are trying to put these regulations back in place, but the senators need to know that that's what the people really want.
Although the FCC voted to disband net neutrality, Congress is still able to stop the FCC with the Congressional Review Act vote. If you'd like to know more about net neutrality or want to take a stand, contact your local congressman.
With the tax season underway, UTRGV partnered with United Way and H&R Block to provide free tax filing services to the community. Our reporter Juliana Quiroz has a web report.
Hey UTRGV-TV viewers, I'm here at the U Central Lab in the Edinburgh campus, and I find myself here with Ms. Jael Perez, the Associate Director of Financial Aid Operations. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
So could you please tell us more about the free filing tax services that are being provided here and in the Brownsville campus?
Yes, what we have is we partner with United Way, who is providing a software which is called myfreetaxes.com. And basically this software helps individuals to self-prepare their own taxes. However, we know that sometimes if they have never used one of these softwares, they may be a little uncertain about how to use it. And so what we're providing is at each of our locations, both here in Edinburgh and in Brownsville, we have someone that can help them, show them step by step how to use this software so they can prepare their own taxes.
And is this available for all students?
Yes, basically this is available for everyone, for all students, staff, and faculty. In order for it to be free, the requirement is that the income has to be under $66,000 or less.
In order to come file their taxes, what would students need to bring, or anybody else that would come in here?
Yes, they would need to bring, of course, all the income information for the 2017 year, which would be W-2s, 1099s, in case of students, the 1098Ts, and anything else, the different income information that they may have. Also, they need to bring, of course, a picture ID or a driver's license, because this is necessary. We recommend that they bring their prior year tax return, because this is needed for verification purposes. And also, if they're a dependent student, then they need to bring the tax return of their parents from last year. Of course, if they're planning to, if they're getting a refund and they want to get it via direct deposit, then they also need to have their account information.
So remember to bring in your documents if you want your taxes to be filed here at the U Central Lab in the Edinburgh campus and at the main building in the Brownsville campus. These services will be provided all the way till March the 2nd every day of the week. Here in Edinburgh, reporting for UTRGV-TV, I'm Juliana Quiroz.
Back for the 36th year, the All-American City 10K Run comes to Edinburgh to bring families and the entire community together. Here's my report on the annual run.
Individually or in groups motivating each other.
16 up for coming with us too. And 16 up for coming with us too.
Participants completed the annual All-American City 10K Run, Walk, and Fun Run in Edinburgh. Not only do community members register for the race, but international runners come to the Rio Grande Valley in hope of taking home the grand prize.
Oh, we have people from Ethiopia, from Morocco, from Israel. We finally had somebody, we have never had anybody from Israel.
21-year-old Kenyan runner finished in first place. She came in at just over 32 minutes in the overall open female category.
Some of the overall winners. I'm going to announce the overall winners in certain
I'm preparing also for next year. I want to be position 1 also.
Along with the trophy, a monetary award was given to the winners. And the city of Edinburgh hopes to continue hosting and improving this event for the upcoming years.
You know, I get a little emotional about that because I've been there from day one, and just to watch it grow, you know, it's been amazing.
In Edinburgh, for UTRGV-TV, I am Kenya Gomez.
The UTRGV Office of Student Involvement hosted a fair to inform students about the resources and opportunities they offer. Our reporter Aisha Palma has more.
With dance moves, music, and school spirit, the Student Involvement hosted a fair at the University Ballroom to motivate students and inform them about the organizations UTRGV provides. The Student Involvement oversees more than 250 student organizations that support the growth and development of students through a variety of interests and values that allow them to experience leadership development and much more.
So I think student involvement fairs are really good for students because they are really good exposure for them to find clubs that they are going to benefit through their major, giving leadership skills, focusing on their academics, adding a social value to their campus life. So I think they're really good for everybody to come and join like the student fairs because they're most probably going to find something that they love.
Student organizations provide students the opportunity to become connected to the university, build friendships, discover their passions and strengths, and prepare them for their future path.
I've been to 3 student involvement fairs. Being able to be involved in the fairs helps a lot of people break out of their shell, and it allows them to grow bonds with many different people at UTRGV.
Getting involved allows students to discover and nurture their unique passions and individual potentials that will enrich their student experience and open a variety of opportunities. Reporting in Edinburgh for UTRGV-TV, Aisha Palma.
An expo highlighting important discussions of the Latino culture recently had its first appearance in the Rio Grande Valley. Our reporter Ileana Luna has more.
Thank you, Kenya. The Latino Comics Expo, also known as LCX, was founded in 2011 by Roberto Padilla and Javier Hernandez in San Francisco. That was its first ever debut show to hold a variety of artists and writers whose works express the Latino culture. And it is being held here today in Brownsville, Texas for the very first time in the Museum of Fine Arts.
The museum itself holds a tradition to strive in art education and is honored that LCX chose the city of Brownsville since it is close to the border.
One of the founders was born here in Brownsville, Texas. So she resigned and she became a teacher of the TSC at that time here in Brownsville. And after some time, they came and do this beautiful building. We've been here for 11 years already.
The expo highlighted Latino art, entertainment, and culture by different subgroups who spoke about modern-day issues.
The focus here is on Latino comics and culture and art. And so we've invited artists and actors and educators, comic book artists, writers to be here and present their work and to celebrate their work.
Founded by a cartoonist and arts patron along the streets of San Francisco, California, it was simply a in-the-spur-of-the-moment idea.
My friend Ricardo Padilla, we co-founded it in 2011. And one time we're just walking the streets of San Francisco talking about art and museums, and then the idea came up to just, why don't we create and I just said the word, a Latino Comics Expo. It's our first one outside of California.
Yes.
We knew we wanted to go to Texas, so we ended up looking at Brownsville, Texas. Here we are today.
Throughout this two-day event were discussions, workshops, contests, and panels held by local and international influences. Two of those influences were Vico Alvarez, a cartoonist and writer, and Hector Cantu, co-creator of Baldo Comics. And there you have it, the Latino Comic Expo making its first appearance here in Brownsville, Texas. Co-producers and co-founders hope to make this an ongoing tradition here in the Rio Grande Valley. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, I am Ileana Luna.
Innovation Art Gallery held the event Pet Portraits in Art, where artists were able to exhibit their work to represent animals. Our reporter Renata Cruz has more.
I'm here at the Pet Portraits Gallery, an exhibition that will highlight the relationship between humans and our favorite furry animals.
For many years, pets have appeared in art as a part of our family. Now, to show that same love, local artists were able to exhibit their work.
It's an escape for me, escape for everything that's going on around me. I use it as an outlet.
Young students were also able to exhibit their love for animals.
Their family, our companion.
The gallery has different exhibitions throughout the whole year, but this year, Pets in Art made its first debut. The gallery's director tells us more.
February is the month of love, and people have love for their furry animals, their furry companions, as well as for humans, right? And I also chose it because I see so many cats in my alley that are continuously reproducing, and I do see dogs running around that need to be sheltered or loose and so on. And so I thought that I could partner with shelter and create awareness for animals that need shelter through art.
Innovations Gallery will be coming back every year to bring awareness about the importance of our furry animals. From McAllen, for UTRGV-TV, I am Renata Cruz.
Diane Guerrero, actress of Orange is the New Black, visited the UTRGV Brownsville campus this past Thursday. Our reporter Jackie Arias was there to bring us the details.
Thanks, guys. I like that you guys showed up. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me.
After breaking the ice, Diane Guerrero and moderator Derek Garcia from News Center 23 dove into an intimate conversation with the crowd of her personal story and today's political climate on immigration.
At the Distinguished Speaker Series, Guerrero shared her story of her family's deportation when she was 14 years old and talked about wanting to shed light on the struggles immigrants face in the United States.
Growing up with undocumented parents and undocumented brother, and how that affected my upbringing as a citizen child. I was born here, I was born in New Jersey, and I just for a long time just lived with a lot of anxiety because like every good Latino parent, they were very honest with me.
In a phone interview with UTRGV-TV, Guerrero said she was inspired by dreamers to become politically active. With uncertainty still looming with the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, Guerrero wanted to encourage DACA students to keep fighting.
I know that it's scary times right now, but I think that this movement is greater than any hate from a small administration or a bigoted administration that is using them as scapegoats. So, in my opinion, love always wins, and hard work will always triumph.
Salid Basan went with friends to see the distinguished speaker and came out inspired to do something more.
Brought awareness to a lot of problems and how she's bringing a solution in a way to it and how she's trying to fight through it, and it kind of encouraged me to try and do something. I know I'm not like I'm one person out of a million, but I feel like after this, I feel like it is possible to do something about it.
With UTRGV-TV, I am Jacqueline Arias.
With individuals looking to launch themselves into the workforce, the McAllen Public Library held a job fair. Our reporter Alvaro Ayala has the details.
Charles Villegas, a local bartender and senior at UTRGV, joined dozens of individuals dressed in professional attire and resumes in hand, in hopes of finding an opportunity to start a career in the workforce early Saturday morning.
I'm looking for a job. I work right now as a bartender, but I'm about to graduate. I'm trying to put my college work into play.
The McAllen Public Library and Texas Workforce Solutions collaborated to host a public job fair. Over 40 different employers were invited in hopes to seek potential candidates to join their brand's team.
The library is a place where a lot of people in the community come to work on their resume and fill out job applications, and so we reached out to Workforce Solutions since they work with employers and they've put on job fairs in other areas before, and said, hey, we have the same goal of helping the community and helping our members find jobs, and maybe we can collaborate on an event to make this happen.
This event has had an awesome turnout. We have already succeeded last year's numbers, so it's been very successful. We've had a lot of employers participate and a lot of job seekers that came up.
Sometimes we don't raise enough awareness, or we're not really out there. Not a lot of people know that we have a lot of truck companies here in the valley, so I think that this raises a lot of awareness to people. Like, truck companies do exist, we still need them, so I think it's good.
In McAllen, for UTRGV-TV, this is Alvaro Ayala.
With this week's UTRGV Sports Report, here is Daniel Galvan.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Galvan and welcome to the world's greatest weekly UTRGV Sportscast. It's also the worst one. Before we dig into the latest UTRGV sports news, we've got to talk about the biggest football game of the year. Just happened last night. Blooming got a big 2-0 win over Sports Boy Warrens. It was a huge game in the Bolivian Soccer League and the greatest sporting event to happen in Bolivia since the debut of Dakota Slaughter. Also, there was the Super Bowl, and with the Eagles winning the Super Bowl over the New England Patriots thanks to 373 passing yards from Nick Foles, I can now say one thing about football. The only thing we know is, nothing. I've always wanted to be like Jon Snow, and one thing I will say about the game is that I have no idea why Bill Belichick benched one of their better defenders in Malcolm Butler for the entire game. It makes no sense, and I think if any other coach actually did something as lame as that, that would absolutely be the story of the Super Bowl. But the story of the Super Bowl is simple and clear. Justin Timberlake, overrated. The best part of the halftime show is absolutely Prince, and, he's not even alive. Speaking of not being alive, shout out to Beetlejuice. And on Monday Night Raw, John Cena did beat Finn Balor. Anyways, let's talk UTRGV. Another weekend. It's another week that UTRGV football remains undefeated. The biggest threat is actually having a team. Truly historic. The two basketball teams played the best team in the WAC, New Mexico State. It was kind of crazy how great New Mexico State are. Both women and basketball teams are atop the standings for that school. But the women's basketball team for us played at home, and they had an amazing game. Despite losing, they nearly pulled off the upset. They only dropped the game by 2 points, 77-79. UTRGV even had the lead by 3 with 20 seconds left in the game. New Mexico State hit a 3, forced us to overtime, and they did eventually get the win. UTRGV center Laura Van Tilburg had a Michael Jordan-esque game with 23 points. She also had 8 boards. Megan Johnson put up 15 points, and Jamaica Dow for UTRGV scored 12. The men's basketball team traveled to New Mexico. They had a bit of a tougher time, losing 90-67. The team had a pair of players scoring double digits with Nick Dixon and Greg Bowie having 15 and 14 respectively. UTRGV baseball, by the way, they had a scrimmage. The team was split into 2 teams, gray and orange. Personally, not a big fan of bringing color into this, but whatever. Anyways, UTRGV did win the scrimmage, and UTRGV also lost the scrimmage. Reporting for UTRGV TV, I'm Daniel Galvan.
And that is all we have for you today. But remember, if you have a story you would like for us to know about, or know someone who's making a big or small change in the community, you can contact us through our social media or email us at utrgvtv@gmail.com. We have community and UTRGV news for you every week. See you next time.